This is not a review, this is not a roast. Welcome to If I Wrote It series where I rewrite India's biggest films to show what they could have been. This is going to be spoiler-filled video, so if you plan to watch Param Sundari in the theaters, you can skip this video right away. So here's my analysis of Param Sundari if I wrote it. A guy wants to pursue and marry the love of his life, therefore he goes out of his way to convince a despising family to win their hearts and get the girl. Have I ever heard this story before? On paper, Param Sundari is a no-brainer foolproof storyline that almost always works. But here are a few points that could have potentially elevated the story. Firstly, Param's motivation. He's on a mission to find and verify the love of his life because he wants to invest in this dating app that pointed him towards this girl called Sundari. But he doesn't really have a dire need to find a girl. He's good looking, he's getting several matches on the dating apps, he's going out with so many girls in the story. Then why would he go out looking for a soulmate all the way to Kerala? We aren't fully on board with his mission from the get-go. Finding a girl is not really a problem in his life, unless the filmmakers would have attempted to establish that he's not finding the kind of girl that he's looking for, even after having all the options that he has. Or the makers could have gone the complete opposite route and made him a loser who doesn't really get girls. I get it, Param wants to test the app, he wants to invest in. But this wishful thinking that he needs to travel all the way to Kerala and hit on Sundari to make the app work so that he can convince his father to let him invest in it eventually makes him look a bit daft. If he truly wanted to test the app and its validity, he should have not been hitting on Sundari from the get-go. He should have taken it up as a challenge and played some games and put her through some tests basically. Also, Sundari did nothing to stand out from the rest of the girls that he dated. Maybe Sundari could have been the first girl who was not enamored by Param's charm and looks and saw him for the buffoon that he really is. And that got Param to actually pursue her. The dating app Param wants to bet on basically analyzes frequencies of individuals and connects them to their soulmates. But it certainly wasn't convincing this Shark Tank binging audiences in the theaters. Kaun si frequency? And how do you even measure it? It could have been solved with a simple trick. Matching the heart signatures of two people. I get it, it's not scientific, but definitely poetic and way more romantic than just frequency. Param could have chased Sundari to somehow get her heartbeat signature and try to match it with his to verify the dating app's validity. Imagine Param being fed up with the girls from dating apps as all these girls are superficial and plastic. They only want him for his looks, but not for what he truly is. An old school romantic at heart. Maybe his father had a beautiful love story with his mother, and he wants to replicate the same. And this new dating app is his last hope at finding love in this superficial world. That would have fueled Param with way more conviction and even made the app way more convincing to betray the audiences later. Param is all the red flags for Sundari when he lands in Kerala. He is ignorant of the culture, annoying, and almost creepy if he wasn't that good looking. But all it takes is Param to find Sundari's lost ring for Sundari to have feelings for him. Even Param doesn't have many reasons to fall for Sundari, except the dating app said so and he wants to prove it right. Had they shown Param's mother to be this traditional pious woman, then Param could have convincingly fallen for Sundari's pavanness too, as that's exactly he could have been craving for in his life. Sundari could have been this traditional girl who Param never met in his urban life. Imagine if she never dated anyone. In fact, she hated the idea of love marriage and only wanted her parents to find the right guy for her. But now that her parents are gone and she's an orphan, she doesn't know what to do. And just when she's praying in the church, perhaps even talking to her dead parents through God, Param shows up in town with his divine timing, as if her parents sent him for her. If the makers pulled this plot, their romance would have bloomed, as if the universe was conspiring to bring them together. And the dating app prediction would have also seamlessly fit the narrative like a perfect jigsaw puzzle. Just before the interval enters Sundari's childhood friend Venu, and her uncle unexpectedly fixes her marriage with him. Even the makers should admit, Venu had no agency as a character, and anyone could walk all over him. Remember Thangabali from Chennai Express? That dude was memorable. And he posed quite a threat to Rahul in the movie. I get it, the makers perhaps intended to go the opposite route with Venu, but it fell flat. Imagine if Venu was the coolest local boy of the town. A master in Kalari Pattu, a force to reckon with. All the rowdy boys from the town who bully Param are Venu's fanboys. And just like Sundari, he also staunchly believes that he would only marry the girl his parents choose for him. Exciting, right? And obviously, his parents want Venu to marry Sundari. And if Param sabotages it, Venu would go to any lengths to fulfill his parents' wishes at any cost. Venu and Sundari's shared traditional values would have risen the stakes altogether for Param to chase her. A stronger Venu would have made the love triangle way more tense, giving audiences a real reason to root for Param in the story. Eventually, Param finds out that the dating app he had invested in was actually a scam, and Sundari perhaps isn't his soulmate. So how does he even figure out that his love for her is real? Does that ending monologue from Param's cool dad trying to nudge Param to get her didn't seem convincing enough. Imagine a climax where Param abandons his flight and goes back to Sundari to confess his true feelings for her, which happens in the movie. But here's what I would have done. Param confesses his love in a heartfelt manner, and Sundari's heartbeat rises. Just then, Param places her hand on his chest and her other hand on her chest and asks her if their hearts are beating in sync. And to Sundari's surprise, they actually do, scientifically verifying their true love. Turns out he never needed a nap to figure this all out. This, if done right, could have been a pop culture moment. People would have used it as a reference to verify their love. It could go viral on social media. But now it remains a missed opportunity. Another great way Param could have proven his love for Sundari was by saving her homestay from a certain forceful possession. How? By using all the money he had to invest in the app to buy back the home for her and eventually save her parents' only possession that they left for Sundari. Maybe, just maybe, Venu's parents wanted him to marry Sundari so that they could take the home from Sundari and sell it away for a greater price, making all the profits, and that would have turned Venu into a real villain in Sundari's eyes. Honestly, I could think of a million other exciting tangents to make the film way more engaging for the audiences, but I'm going to stick with these major points. Irrespective, I still enjoyed the movie, and I also enjoyed the performances by Janhvi Kapoor, Siddharth Malhotra, and even Abhishek Banerjee's cameo was a real treat. This is my analysis of Param Sundari if I wrote it. Do you like the analysis? If you can, please tag the actors and filmmakers in the comments so that the video reaches them. Together, we can take Indian storytelling to the globe. And cheers guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.